Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Edna and Harvey, the Breakout. And when last we left off, we found the laundry lift system. Unfortunately, we can't use it unless we have a ticket. Unless we can find something that the laundry lift guy will think is a ticket. Harvey, do you have any ideas?
What do you think of this guy, Harvey?
A control freak who looks like he can only count to 2. This ought to be fun.
You're not wrong, he can only count to 2. But unfortunately, trying to fool him is not fun. Maybe it's polo mallet time.
This polo mallet is my ticket.
May I have a look? This is invalid. It's already been voided.
Oh, it was worth a try. What about the pen?
I could draw my own ticket for you.
What? Forging tickets is an institutional offense.
In that case, I won't add a Snoopy Doodle for you either.
And you definitely wanted a Snoopy Doodle. You've lost out, Ticket Inspector. If only you'd have accepted our forged ticket.
What's that supposed to be?
My ticket for the laundry lift?
But it's not.
But it's a comic book. Surely comic books count. No? Would you take some bee-themed pot holders?
What's that supposed to be?
My ticket for the laundry lift?
But it's not.
That's not going to work either. What about mustard?
What's that supposed to be?
My ticket for the...
But it's not.
That's not going to work either. Not everything has a unique interaction.
What's that?
My ticket for...
But it's not.
That's another one of the items that doesn't. Okay, it's time to show him our authority. Surely this will get us into the laundry lift system.
Sheriff Edna Conrad, Elevator Squad. Get out of the way. We need to examine the lift for fingerprints.
Nice try, Sheriff. But the lift is under the jurisdiction of the Transit Police.
Darn it, we need a transit police badge. We're not going to find one of those, are we? What about the cup?
What's that supposed to be?
My ticket for the laundry lift?
But it's not.
Well, that didn't work, but at the very least, we still got to keep the cup. And that's a relief. Would you like this pot?
What's that?
My ticket for...
But it's not.
Nope, no you wouldn't. Key?
Do you know where I can find the door that this key opens?
What do you want me to do? Announce it over the PA system? Little Edna is missing her door. Something like that.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
Hey, we got dialogue out of you. Admittedly, it was condescending dialogue, but it's dialogue. Would you like a fork?
What's that supposed?
My ticket...
But it's...
No, you wouldn't. Knife?
This knife is my ticket.
May I have a look? It's invalid. It's already been voided.
It was worth a try. What about the cocktail menu?
What's that supposed to be?
A ticket.
For the laundry lift?
Maybe? Yes?
But it's not.
Close, though. He was almost fooled. What about the pinking shears?
What's that supposed to be?
My ticket for the
But it's not.
That one is the same as we've had for most of them. But if he was almost fooled by the cocktail menu, maybe he'll be completely fooled by the signed form.
What's that supposed to be?
My ticket for the laundry lift?
But it's not.
It was worth a try. We're running out of things that we can try to use on him. Alright, the signature's bound to work, right? You believe me, Harvey, right? Don't stare at me like that, it's going to work, just you watch.
In the name of Dr. Marcel, I have to use the laundry lift.
No ticket, no laundry lift.
You were right this time, Harvey. But next time, I'll be the one that's laughing. Maybe the toenail will work.
What's that supposed to be?
My ticket for the laundry lift?
But it's not.
Do we still have the toenail? We do still have the toenail. And finally, this cup.
What's that supposed to be?
My ticket...
But it's not.
Okay, we have nothing that will work as a substitute for the laundry ticket. We're going to need to actually get a laundry ticket. And finally, we have one more room to have a look in, and that is this room. It's very dark in here. You're likely to be eaten by a grue. But before we turn the lights on, there is a light switch right there. Let's have a look at what we can examine. There are decorations, there are chips, there's finger food, and there's dip. Let's look at all of these things, starting with the decoration.
I don't even know when my birthday is. I simply can't remember. I bet I'm a Scorpio.
If you're a Scorpio, I'm a lobster.
I don't think there is a lobster horoscope, but knowing you, Harvey, you'll find a way to make it work. Let's talk to the decorations.
Birthday boy, oh birthday boy, we've come to celebrate you. We wish you a splendid year to come and that all of your dreams come true. The flowers have been forgotten. The cake is already rotten. A skip dooba dooba dee doo.
I think that song sort of petered out through the middle, but you managed to recover. Well done.
I'm a guest at this party. I don't have to bother with anything.
That you don't. We don't even know whose party it is. Let's take the decorations.
That would be rather rude.
You just can't reach it.
That too.
We tried, though. We tried. Now let's see what Harvey thinks about these decorations. They do look like they've been put up quite expertly.
Edna! Walt Disney was here! Walt Disney was here! I'm absolutely sure! Hide me!
Calm down, little buddy. Walt Disney's dead. He can't harm you anymore.
So colorful! So colorful!
Why do you hate things that are colourful, Harvey? You're quite colourful if you think about it. Let's not tell him that. He may panic when he looks in the mirror at himself. Polo mallet with decorations? Let's ruin them!
That would be rather rude.
You just can't reach it!
That too.
Indeed. I imagine that's going to be what happens when we try to use anything on the decorations.
That would be rather...
You just can't...
That too.
What about if we try to use the comic book, though?
In this panel, we see Captain Useless getting a Best Buy gift card for Handy Boy's birthday.
You waited until the morning of the birthday, didn't you? That's just so inconsiderate, considering that you work with him too. Ah, well. I'm gonna try just a few more things on the decorations, like the police badge.
Sheriff Conrad investigates a case of indecent exposure.
To decorations? What about trying to use the pinking shears?
That would be rather...
You just can't...
That too.
That's not going to work. I don't think anything else is going to work either. So let's focus on the things we can look at, like the finger food.
I don't think it's very appealing to put the finger food right next to the toilets.
No, it's not. But there isn't that much real estate in this room anyway. There's not many places you could put them where they wouldn't be next to the toilets. Except in a different room.
Hello, you appetizers.
Hey, we heard those quotation marks.
They weren't exactly subtle, were they?
I can't eat in the bathroom. It's a kind of thing I have.
Fair enough. What about picking up the finger food?
I don't want to take it all at once.
Why not? We could hoard it and then use it as the solution to several puzzles, but I suppose you don't want it. I wonder why the dip is specifically a different item.
Look, Harvey. Finger food.
Oh, that's just great. Thank you so very much.
Oh, sorry, bud. I always forget that you don't have fingers.
We could feed it to you. It doesn't sound like you're hungry anymore, though. Were you ever hungry?
Normally, I love to play with my food, but this food here seems to be a real party pooper.
Aw, we can't smash it. This party is terrible. We can draw on it, though. That is Edna and Onion flavored crisps, and there's a little smiley face. That is amazing. Comic book?
In this panel, we see Captain Useless secretly stuffing roast beef down his invisible inner pocket.
Why not just carry the roast beef with you? Also, won't that make that inner pocket really, really horribly sticky? Let's try using the pot holders. Maybe we can move the finger food.
Not necessary. It's a cold buffet.
Probably a very cold buffet at this point. Let's spice it up with some mustard.
I'll put some of it into this pudding here.
Excellent. Now we'll put some ketchup in there.
I'll put some of it into this pudding here.
Now it tastes even better. Time to arrest it for being too delicious.
This is a case for the health authorities.
Are you a member of the health authorities? We don't actually know what jurisdiction you work for, Edna. I think you work for the Edna department of Edna, don't you? Yeah, that would make sense. I'm gonna wait on using the cup, just in case we hide it here.
It's not a potluck party.
Oh, but why not? Time to spice this up with the key.
Normally, I love to play with my food, but this food here's...
We get dialogue we've heard before. What about the fork?
It's finger food. I don't need cutlery.
You're just trying to be polite, though.
It's finger food.
Let's try using the cocktail menu.
I don't see a real alternative to the stinky drink here.
You don't? Do you really want to try the stinky drink, or is all the food in front of you really not appetizing? What about the pinking shears?
Normally, but this food...
We've heard that one before. Let's use the signed form.
I think there are enough grease spots on the paper.
Enough grease spots? Enough grease spots?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Now it has even more. Let's sign these. That is Dr. Marcel's food. He's never going to actually come and pick it up, though. Toenail?
Into the pudding you go!
Now it has been further seasoned, and we need a new toenail. Finally, the cup that actually will work on things.
There are already enough cups.
I wonder why we can't pick those up.
Shh.
Indeed. Why can't we, Harvey? It's time to investigate. If there was a limitless supply of cups here, I could solve all the cup-related problems. But no, the game denies me. The game denies us all. I'm going to save before I decide to use the other cup, because there's a good chance that we'll put it underneath the table and forget that it ever existed. I know what Edna's like at this point. Alright. Cup, finger food.
There are already enough cups.
I wonder why.
Shh.
Okay, we're not gonna lose it, so let's look at the dip.
Bean dip. Conveniently served right in the bathroom. Very economically planned out.
Ah, that gives us a hint as to what that bean dip will do. Maybe we have a use for something like that.
They say, beans, beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. Oh, that's nice.
That they do. And where did we get the comical-sounding horn from? The world may never know.
I'd rather not. This stuff sits in your stomach like a rock. And it looks like the toilet bowl is already being used for a punch.
Ugh. Mental note, do not drink the punch. Can we take the dip? Ooh, we can take the dip. It's ours now. First things first, we must use it on the cornflakes.
Yummy! Cornflakes with bean dip.
There we go. They have been augmented. Harvey, what do you make of the bean dip? Feeling hungry?
Are you hungry, Harvey?
Not really. It feels like I've got a stomach full of cotton balls.
You do have a stomach full of cotton balls, and we've heard that before. Polo mallet with bean dip?
My mallet doesn't eat bean dip.
It doesn't look like it eats much of anything.
Are you sure? Secretly, it's been eating everything that we're not looking at. Or maybe not. Pen?
Warning, may have a laxative effect.
Good thing to write on there. Also, that's the game giving us another very obvious hint.
In this panel, Captain Useless is farting the Star-Spangled Banner.
Is that classed as a superpower? I'm not sure it is. Potholder?
The potholders are not hungry today. They seem to be sick.
We've heard that one before. Mustard?
This doesn't make it any better.
Oh no! What about the ketchup?
This doesn't make it any better.
Oh no! We found a food that we cannot improve with neither ketchup nor mustard! The world is doomed.
Both are laxatives.
What about this cup on this?
The bowl is big enough.
That it is. We don't need to spread it out into more cups. What about the pot here?
The bowl is big enough.
And the pot is even bigger. Key?
A bowl of bean dip and an old key. Both open the doors to mysterious places.
Both of them will progress the plot, but in very different ways. What about the fork?
I'd rather not. I get wind from bean dip.
So what?
Okay. Don't say I didn't warn you.
That was very fast acting. Just went right through you, didn't it? Knife with bean dip.
Nah. I can find better tasting things in my ear.
That says a lot about the bean dip. Or possibly a lot about the stuff in your ear. Ugh. Cocktail menu?
Bean dip is not on the menu. I got one nonetheless.
The world likes to play Santa Claus, and you like to pull its beard.
Mayhem! So much mayhem. Pinking shears?
Pinking shears and bean dip? That's just a second. That's nothing at all. That's pure nonsense.
That it is, but I tried to do it anyway. Are you going to stop me? Didn't think you would. Signed form?
I wonder if they have snacks in group therapy.
I think you're confusing group therapy sessions with,
What's the...
We've heard that one before. Now, can we use Dr. Marcel's signature on the bean dip?
it's quite hard to write on the dip.
I'm not surprised, it is after all dip. Toenail?
Let's see if they'll taste even better with the dip. Delish.
I think that's you just liking the taste of a toenail. Finally, this cup with the bean dip.
Why? It's much more convenient to dip in the bowl.
That it is. Let's get a new toenail and examine the final thing in this room that isn't that light, and that is the chips over here.
These are exceptionally crumbly ones.
Is that good or bad?
When the big cheese is talking, the crumbs are to remain silent.
Makes sense. Can we use them?
I'm not hungry right now.
Fair enough. Can we take them? We can take them! Ha ha! We have even more things that we can use in our inventory. Chips with cornflakes.
Together, they'll make a good breakfast after a sleepover.
That they will. Harvey, what do you make of the chips?
Are you hungry, Harvey?
Not real. It feels...
We've heard that one before. Mallet?
My mallet doesn't eat chips.
It doesn't look like it eats much of anything.
I like that there's the subtle change in that line. Can we use the pen?
There. The poor chips can finally breathe free.
Did we open the bag? We did, but it still looks the same, though there was a big bang. Comic book?
In this panel, Captain Useless has to eat a bag of chips without waking Dr. Yo.
Who's Dr. Yo? Is that the more hip 90s version of Dr. No? Maybe so.
The potholders are not hungry today. They seem...
We've heard that one. What about mustard with chips?
Yummy! Chips with mustard. Not bad.
We found something in here you like. What about ketchup with the chips?
Yummy! Chips with ketchup. Not bad.
But if you had both of them, it would be even better. Or would it?
I'd rather not eat chips before the evidence has been secured.
Fair enough. Let's now use this cup with the chips.
No, I can eat them directly out of the package.
That you can! The package is efficiently designed for that very purpose.
No,
And the same thing applies for putting them in that pot. Can we spice up the chips with the key?
no, and no. Chips belong in a bowl. That's the key issue with chips.
I see what you did there. Very clever, Edna. Fork?
They would be even better with some milk,
Or with ice cream.
vanilla,
Chocolate chips.
and vanilla.
With crumbles. And peach melon, Coke, mascarpone, tutti frutti?
But in that case, without the cornflakes.
It's a deal.
I get the feeling they both like ice cream, and Edna likes vanilla ice cream in particular. Right. Let's use the knife with this.
What? That can't be true. The knife is so blunt you can't even cut chips.
Whoa, that's a very blunt knife. Exceptionally blunt. Cocktail menu?
Chips are not on the menu. I got some nonetheless.
Life is a poker game, and you deal the cards.
And you cheat. Don't forget, Edna, that you cheat.
I wonder if I can make my own crinkle chips. Doesn't seem like it.
You tried, though, and that's what matters. Form?
I wonder if they have snacks in group therapy.
I think,
What's
We've heard that one. What about signing these?
oops. I broke the freshness seal.
Now they're going to go all terrible. You've ruined it. You've ruined it all. Let us do what must never be done. Bean dip with chips.
No,
But why not?
too obvious.
But that's the precise reason why I tried to do it. Also because you hate bean dip and it would have totally ruined the chips, but it was so obvious. If you won't let me do the obvious things, don't blame me, game, when I start doing the silly things like trying to use toenails on chips.
A must-have for any cocktail party. Snacks.
Indeed. Finally, cup with chips.
Though the chips are quite greasy, they're still too dry to drink them.
But not by much. And when we come back, folks, we have a light switch to turn on. I get the feeling I know what's going to happen when we do. This has all been set up to be a surprise party, but so far there's been no surprise. When we come back, folks, I think we'll set off that surprise. Then again, I could be completely wrong and this place could be devoid of people. But I get the feeling it's not. There are still a few people that Alaman described that we haven't met yet. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.